Today from Sullivan Stadium, it's the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots. Brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks, including the all-new Mazda MPV. By Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And by Murata Fax Machines, built for the most important business in the world, yours.
A week ago at Tampa Bay, it was Dan Marino finally breaking out in the third quarter. He threw 2 touchdown passes to Mark Clayton as the Dolphins beat the Buccaneers 17-14, making it 4 wins the last 5 games. While here at Foxborough, Doug Flutie completed only 6 passes, but 4 for touchdowns as Flutie and the Patriots surprised the Chicago Bears in convincing fashion, 30-7. Their 4th win in 5 games at home. So the AFC East, with Buffalo well in front, has 4 teams scrambling for a wild card playoff position. And for the Dolphins and Patriots, there is little margin for error. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Paul McGuire. And this is a matchup of 2 teams with diverse offensive philosophies. Miami does it through the air, New England on the ground. And the Patriot attack is now focused on an outstanding, powerful rookie running back by the name of John Stevens.
Well, John Stevens gives them the running game that the New England Patriots want. But the most important thing that he gives them is the fact that the quarterbacks now can throw when they want to throw and not when they have to throw. And that's important.
And, Paul, the Patriots have not been a favorite team of Miami quarterback Dan Marino. He has won only 3 out of 10 lifetime appearances against New England. Why does he have these problems with the Pats?
2 reasons. One, first of all, an experienced defensive secondary. This secondary has been here for a long time. Great football players. The other thing is this defensive secondary plays man-to-man defense instead of zone. Marino, we know, can hit the zones. Against man-to-man, it takes him longer to find the man that's open.
And Don Shula and his Miami Dolphins have dropped 3 straight here in Foxborough, 10 of their last 12. The Dolphins also 0-3 in the AFC East, so a loss today could be the crusher in terms of their wild card hopes. While Raymond Berry has won 6 out of 7 against the Dolphins. The kickoff sponsored by Budweiser. The King of Beers, Miami, winning the toss and receiving, but Teddy Garcia prevents the return. The Dolphins to the offense. Last year here was only 19 of 37 for 165 yards. He's had some of his worst games against New England. Lorenzo Hampton, Woody Bennett will start at the running back position. The Dolphin running game has been invisible. And it's Keesler, Foster, Dillon, and Lee. First down at the 20-yard line. And this is Lorenzo Hampton trying to establish something. But run out by the combination of Johnny Rebert and Ronnie Lepet. Defensively, Frank Williams, Milford Hodge with Tim Goad on the front 3. Patriots missing Kenneth Sims and Garen Veras, 2 major losses, but Goad has played well. An outstanding group of linebackers, and that secondary is very tough. Lepet, James, Marion, and Claiborne. Second down play, 2nd and 7 again to the ground. It's Hampton. Last week against the Buccaneers, only 13 carries, 23 yards. Troy Stratford inactive for today because of a sprained left ankle, so we expect to see quite a bit of the veteran Joe Cribbs.
We're going to see Joe Cribbs. They started, instead of Woody Bennett, number 34, playing at fullback, they started with Jim Jensen, number 11, as the second man. Had him on a wing and have been putting him in motion, but he's their big 3rd down guy.
And he has been Mr. Versatility for the Miami Dolphins. There's Jensen out of Boston University, so playing back in his hometown. 3rd down, 3 at the 27. Marino with the protection and able to complete, but short of the first down. Rebert forced him out. Jensen on the reception.
Marino has to almost throw this ball sidearm to Jensen coming out of the backfield. And when the ball is thrown, it's thrown behind him. Didn't have enough chance to get momentum to get the first down.
It is a beautiful 65 here at Foxborough. However, the wind may be a factor right throughout this afternoon.
It's going to be.
Irving Fryar is back. And Reggie Roby, who does not have good memories of his last appearance here at Foxborough. Fryar to the 35, and out of bounds he goes. Roby, in the last meeting with the Patriots here, was injured. In fact, missed 3 games last season. A 42-yard punt, 6-yard return. And New England now with Doug Flutie starting for the 3rd straight week. Coming off the 6 for 18 against the Bears, but 4 of the 6 for touchdowns. Perryman and Stevens are the running backs. Morgan Fryar and Dawson are the receivers. Len Dawson, according to the Patriot coaches, the key to the running game is blocking superb the last couple of weeks to unleash John Stevens. First down at the 37 for New England. We have no score. We're just underway. And the first back coming through is the fullback, Robert Perryman. Short pickup. Defensively, Miami with T.J. Turner, Ryan Sauché, Jackie Klein up front. Linebackers, the one question mark inside left, Jackie Schiff, who came out last Sunday for the injured Mark Brown, who was not dressed for today. And Schiff is in there right now, but we may see quite a bit of Larry Kulik. Second down and 8. 2 minutes gone by in this first quarter. And Flutie gunning it to the middle to the rookie Stevens. Short of the first down. Schiff on the tackle. A pickup of 4 on the play.
I just looked at Fryar going to talk to Stanley Morgan on the outside. Both receivers were in the same spot. Flutie looked out there and saw the 2 of them together. You'll see Flutie take a look to his left. Both receivers are there. He knows there's a mix-up by the pass receivers, so he just dumps the ball to Stevens. Schiff comes up and makes the play, but they don't get the first down.
The Patriots, obviously a ball control team against Chicago last week. They ran it 54 times for 185 yards. Right now, 3rd down and 3. All kinds of movement and flags tossed. The referee is Dick Jorgensen.
Marv, this is the pass pattern we're talking about. Now take a look what happened. You see Fryar and Morgan? They're both in the same spot. Fryar turns around and says, "Hey, Stanley, this is my area. Get your own."
Is that what he said, Paul?
I think so. It's tough reading lips this time.
It's a 3rd down and 8. There's Danny Villa, who was called on that penalty a moment ago. Cedric Jones has checked in as the extra receiver. John Stevens departs. 3rd and 8 from the 39. And Flutie going deep right sideline. And it is broken up. Cedric Jones not able to hold on. He was covered by Rodney Thomas. So the Patriots will go into punt formation. There's Thomas, number 45.
Look at the end of this thing. Now, Thomas, all he does right there is just take his hands away, and so he can't get control of the ball. Good play by the defense, but that ball was out of bounds anyway.
And here is Jeff Fiegel, man who's familiar to fans back in Miami. Signed as a free agent out of the University of Miami. He's been getting excellent hang time. He's had a solid season. Schwades and Williams are back. The rookie, Jarvis Williams. Eagles playing the high snap. And again, gets the good time. And gets the good roll. Inside the 5. Rod McSwain counting it a 49-yard punt. We'll be back in just a moment. The different offensive philosophy, and it's certainly understandable when you have a fellow by the name of Dan Marino in your lineup, although you know the Dolphins would still prefer to improve that running game, which has been horrendous.
I think one of the things, too, is to give credit to that offensive line and to Marino's arm, and there's a reason that they pass the ball, because it's like 1 out of every 58 times he throws the ball does he get sacked. You just can't get to him.
The punt now goes down as a 55-yard punt with the roll. That's the official count for Fiegels. First down at the 6-yard line, and Hampton with some nice moves getting out to the 10. The outside linebacker, Lawrence McGrew, on the stop. Boomer Esiason, who had not thrown a touchdown pass the last 2 games, unleashing to Eddie Brown, 86-yard pass play, and the Bengals with a record of 7-2 in front of Pittsburgh, 7-0. Second down and 5. Joe Cribbs has come on now in the Miami backfield. 1,000-yard man 3 times with Buffalo. 8-year pro out of Auburn. And again to the ground as Remmert was able to stop Cribbs, who was gunning for that first down marker, but good deal short.
There's Tippett here now. He's outside and he moves back in, so Tippett, he seals up the play, but Remmert, number 52, is the guy that really makes the play work for the defense. He was blitzing at that time. Nobody stopped him, and he made the tackle in the backfield. I think the best way to attack Tippett is basically you watch a lot of teams run away from him, but they also keep a guy back to block him. But I think to run at him is the best way to attack him.
That's the same philosophy teams try to use on Lawrence Taylor. 3rd down and 2 from the 13. Marino at the time, and then just has to throw it away. So the Patriots continue to do the job on Dan Marino.
And they're doing the job man-to-man. Same thing we talked about in the opening, Marv. And Marino is not finding his open receiver fast enough. That time, at least he had some time. But watch him. He's looking all over the field. Marino can take a look all over the field, but he really doesn't find anyone. The rush is not there. I mean, he had plenty of time to throw the ball, but he threw it away.
So Reggie Roby checks in. Irving Fryer is back. And Fryer backpedals. Takes at his 40 with the circular route. Had to elude his own man. And made something out of it. On the return, a 46-yard punt, 5-yard return. No score in the first quarter. 9.5 remaining. Take over, 45-yard line, and in this series, I would think we'll begin to see a little bit more of the rookie John Stephens.
Well, they only really had the ball 3 plays, and John Stephens is their running game. And I guarantee the man has to carry the ball 30 times in this ball game.
New England first down at their 45-yard line. No score, 9.5 remaining in this first quarter. Stephens and Perryman are the running backs. And it is Stephens, the 3rd leading rusher in the AFC, the top rookie runner in the National Football League, stopped by the left defensive end, number 95, T.J. Turner, and it sets a 2nd down and 8.
You just have to believe watching this game that Offerdahl, the middle linebacker, one of the middle linebackers for the Miami Dolphins, has got to be keying on Stephens. Everywhere he's going to go, I just got to believe that Offerdahl is going to be with him.
Here is the 2nd and 8. Stephens getting across midfield. Jackie Shipp, the inside linebacker, made the stop. The New England Patriots feel that with a record of 4-5, it is a must-win game. There's really no margin for error left at this point.
I just neither one of them can afford to lose this ball game, and we know it's not going to end in a tie, don't we?
Paul, if you say so. It's a 3rd down and 3. And here's Perryman with a flag tossed short of the first down. Right now we're set for an update. Let's go to Gail Gardner in New York.
All right, Marvin, Cincinnati, the Bengals looking to get back on the winning track. They come up with the big play off of play action. Boomer Esiason finding Eddie Brown slanting over the middle. He goes 86 yards for the score. The Bengals lead the Steelers 7-0. Let's go back to Marvin Paul in Foxborough.
Thank you, Gail. And there is the outside linebacker for the Miami Dolphins, Rick Graff. called on the offside, and a first down for New England. First down at the Miami 43.
And it's really frustrating for the coach. You're looking at Shula there, and he's got that miserable look on his face because they held him. It would have been fourth down. New England would have had to kick.
Stevens looking to go wide. Usually tries to go inside and not able to make the turn. Hugh Green was right there from the outside linebacker position.
All these linebackers, when you take a look and have such a running back as Stevens is, they're all very cognizant of where he is on the field at all times. If he comes in their area, like that time Hugh Green just runs him to the sidelines. You don't want to let him turn it upfield. You want to be able to run him as far wide as you can so you can get some help. Now you see Green right here. He's just running him to the sidelines, waiting to get some help. Judson comes up, but he's already out of bounds.
Picked up 2, 2nd and 8. Now Perryman inside the 40. Very little as T.J. Turner, the left defensive end, was able to make the stop. Last week, John Stevens carried the ball 35 times. Now, the Patriot coaches feel that's too much, and they would prefer the figure be something like 20 to 25 carries. How do you react to that?
Well, here's a young man, but they're telling us that by Wednesday he's still sore. Now, that's usually for the older guys. The young guys are supposed to bounce back by Tuesday. But he does carry the ball a lot, and he takes a lot of punishment.
Reggie Dupart has come on in the backfield with Robert Perryman, Cedric Jones, the extra receiver. And Flutie getting the time, able to complete. Irving Fryer will set a first and goal inside the 5. But Brown on the coverage, a 34-yard pass play.
If you want to know why he was so wide open, number 44, Langford, watch him. He's going to fall down. Right here, he slips and he goes down. When he does that, Fryer is wide open. He was playing man-to-man. No one else is there. And that's why Flutie takes a look and he sees him. There was nobody covering him. Again, Flutie's looking around, and all of a sudden he sees Fryer coming across, and that's after Langford went down.
Last week, very first play of the game for the Patriots. 80-yard touchdown pass. Flutie to Fryer. First time this regular season that New England threw a pass on the opening play. And again, he works it well with Fryer. Timeout called. We'll be right back. First and goal at the 4. They go double tight end. Russ Francis joining Will Dawson. And here is Stevens. Again, could not make the turn. Clifford Hopley, the strong safety right there.
The one problem on this play is Perryman, the fullback, makes contact with the defensive man, but doesn't get him. And if he gets his block to the right of the screen, 34, the lead fullback, here he comes out, and that's Clifford Hopley. He doesn't put him on the ground, and he doesn't screen him off. If he'd have contained him, Offerdahl comes in and puts the finishing touches on. Could have been a touchdown.
Instead, a second and goal from about 2.5 away. No score halfway through this first quarter. 80 Fryer in motion. Play action. Flutie to the end zone and intercepted. The Dolphins take over. The pass intended for Francis picked off by Offerdahl.
I have no idea who Flutie was throwing the ball to. And you can't blame it on the sun because the sun is in his back. Flutie goes back. He was trying to hit Russ Francis in the corner of the end zone. He was covered. But there was no one else coming across. Whether he was expecting someone or not, I don't know. Flutie. Now, what happens is, if you look behind where the official is, there's absolutely no red shirts coming across the field. The only man that he's going to looking to throw the ball to is Russ Francis out to the left of him. But now when he turns, I can't believe he's trying to throw the ball away because it ends up right in Offerdahl's hands. If you're going to throw it away, you throw it up in the stands.
After John Offerdahl having another outstanding season, his second interception of the year, Hampton picking up 5 on the play. Well, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati now tied at 7. Rams with the 3-0 lead on Philadelphia. Giants on a 37-yard field goal by Paul McFadden, jumping front 3-0 Minnesota. 3-yard run for Allen Rice. And Chris Miller to Gene Lang one-time Denver Bronco 46-yard touchdown pass. Atlanta in front of Green Bay. Second down and 5. Ron Davenport has come on. That's Jensen in motion. And Marino throwing for Jensen. First down and more. Jim Jensen run out by Johnny Rembert, the inside linebacker.
I got to believe that McGrew was supposed to be covering Jensen. Jensen just ran out. He was in motion, ran out into the flat, and no one covered him. Marino said he saw him wide open, just hit him with the ball. He picked up the first down.
And he has had terrific success on third down. He's touched the ball 13 times, and he's picked up the first down 12 of the 13. He has been a very valuable player for the Dolphins. 17-yard pass play and a first down for Miami from their 42. No score. 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And again to the ground for Hampton. Lorenzo Hampton with a 5-yard gain. Now let's get back to Gail Gardner in New York.
Thank you, Marv. We have the results now of the New York Marathon. On the men's side, the winner, Steve Jones of Great Britain, his time 2:08:20. On the women's side, the winner for the 9th time in New York, Grete Waitz of Norway, 2:28:06. Joan Benoit Samuelson finished third. Let's go back to Marvin Paul in Foxborough.
Thank you, Gail. Second down and 5 as we resume from the 47-yard line. Dan Marino and his Miami Dolphins following the intercept by Offerdahl. Hampton. That time stopped by Ed Reynolds. And the Dolphins trying to establish something on the ground.
Isn't that strange?
Yes.
But they've been on first down. They're getting like 4 and 5 yards, which opens up the passing game. And here comes Rembert. Now, just take a look at him, number 52. He's just following the play, following the back, and then just gets in at the end of the play and helps out on the tackle. Good pursuit by the defense.
Third down and 4. Johnny Rembert, very emotional player. 6th year out of Clemson. Brett Banks in as the extra receiver, joining Duper and Clayton. And Marino fires. It is intercepted off the deflection, but a penalty marker down. Brett Marion able to pick it off. It was through the hands of Scott Schwades, but a flag down.
There's a flag at the line of scrimmage, which would probably be holding. There's also a flag downfield that may be pass interference.
Holding offense.
Well, I'd say the Patriots made out very well on those penalty flags.
They had they had an offensive pass interference penalty and holding in a line. Shula's shocked.
So the interception by Marion, who has had a terrific season, his 4th intercept of the year. And he has been a big play man throughout his career.
And this is one of the things that's really driving Marino up a wall. Marv, it comes off of tipped balls. You take a look at a lot of his interceptions going through the guy's hands. I mean, he's hitting them in the hands with the ball, and that's what they're paid to do is catch it, and they're not.
New England first down from their 46. Perryman and Stevens, the running backs. Pryor and Morgan, the receivers. And it's Stevens. John Stevens, the rookie from Northwestern State in Louisiana. Patriots' #1 draft pick, stopped by the outside linebacker Rick Graff. 2-yard advance, second down and 8 at the 48.
And that time, again, you're looking at Perryman. His job was to go out to block Graff, which he didn't do. And the Miami Dolphins are defensive. Their line and linebackers, Marv is saying to New England, go ahead, give the ball to Perryman. We're going to shut down Stevens.
Now Mosi Tatupu has come on, replacing Robert Perryman as they line up in the I. And Stevens. And this time, some success going to the outside. 7-yard advance. So they'll be shy a yard for the first down. Right now, back to Gail Gardner, NFL Live.
Okay, at Riverfront, the Steelers finally get on the board as they tie up the Bengals. Quarterback Bubby Brister. This came after a big interference call on Ricky Dixon from the 9-yard line. Brister with the quarterback draw as he takes it in. and that ties the game up at 7 apiece. Let's go back to Foxborough.
All right, Gail, here we are scoreless. They changed the spot on the ball, and it is now a first down for New England off that run by Stevens. First down at the 44, and again, Stevens. 3-yard pickup. Offerdahl leading the assault. As Gail just told you, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati tied at 7. LA Rams on a 22-yard field goal by Mike Lansford with that 3-0 lead. Giants remain in front 3-zip. Minnesota and Atlanta with 7-0 leads.
John Offerdahl just had an interception a little while ago. Now take a look at him. His job is Stevens. Perriman comes in to block him again, misses his block, and Offerdahl's in on the play.
2nd and 6 from the Miami 40. And now Perriman following Stevens. Good block by Bruce Armstrong, leading to that second effort. Langford and Hobley combining on the tackle.
You said it right at the beginning. Stevens got an excellent block on Graff on the outside, and when he did that, it enabled Perriman to break out. Take a look at number 44 on the right of your screen. He's going to get the block that kicks out right there. Not only can he run with the ball, but he can also block very well. And just an excellent run by Perriman.
Patriots have been running frequently to the right because of the presence of the right tackle Bruce Armstrong. Had a big one last week against the Bears, as did the left guard Sean Farrell. Stevens. So Stevens running on first down, stopped by Hugh Green as we move under 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter with no score.
We keep watching John Offerdahl. Now just take a look at him. Now he just takes on the Farrell, Sean Farrell, the guard, and he's the guy that's really keying strictly on Stevens.
Second down and 7. Patriots at the Miami 30. And again, Perriman. So New England staying on the ground. Jackie Schipp able to trip up Robert Perriman. He was called Bob last season, Paul. I thought I'd point that out, but made it clear that he wanted to be called Robert this year. You may ask the question, why?
Why?
He says his mother named him Robert.
That's a good reason.
It's clear.
I like that.
All right, Tony Eason and Steve Grogan still calling most of the plays on the sideline. Eason is now considered the number 2 quarterback. It would really have to be a drastic situation for Grogan to play. Perriman with the hole has the first down. A burst off the right side for Robert Perriman. The free safety, the rookie Jarvis Williams on the stop. And look out. Pushing and shoving on the tail end of that play.
All right, just take a look now. You got Babb, Wooten, and Armstrong blocking it. Perriman was going to take the play outside, but he broke it back in. He saw the hole was there. They sealed off, and the hole is wide open. Here's the hole. As soon as he sees it, now this play was not designed really to go wide, but off the tackle. But he saw at the guard it was open, so made it back to the inside, picked up the first down.
5 carries, 23 yards for the second-year man from Michigan, Robert Perriman. First down at the 19. Stevens down to the 15. T.J. Turner on the stop. Earlier this first quarter, Patriots were downfield. However, Flutie was intercepted by Offerdahl to stop the drive.
That's the last pass he threw. Here comes Perriman. Now his job is to get in the line and tie up the linebacker. That time he went on T.J. Turner, the defensive end. He gets a piece of him. New England Patriots end up with a 5-yard gain, and we've got an injured player on the field.
Lynn Dawson, the tight end, being checked out. Long drive here by the Patriots. 8 plays, all on the ground for New England.
Right after that interception, we've got a team that can run the ball. And actually, the offensive line loves to run the ball on this football team because they have Stevens back there. They have Perriman back there, Tutupu's back there. So they went to the coach and said, hey, we can run the football. Just give us the opportunity to block some people, and they've done a great job up front.
When we resume, 36 seconds left and a second down and 6. Well, New England here at Foxborough with a record of 4-1. Their major problem obviously has been on the road. We'll be right back. 6, and Perryman gets the call. Lynn Dawson was rather Stevens getting the call. Lynn Dawson helped off the field a moment ago, and Dawson, a man who made it back from a hamstring injury last week, caught 2 touchdown passes for the first time in his career. This first quarter has come to a close. Miami Dolphins nothing. New England Patriots nothing. We'll be back here in Foxborough in a moment. Going to the sideline a moment ago, Patriots could have a problem at tight end. Russ Francis in there right now. The rookie Steve Johnson inactive for today, so something should happen to Francis, and depending on Dawson's situation, Patriots could be tight endless, Paul.
The most important part about it, what does that do to their running game if they don't have a tight end? That means they're going to have to start throwing the ball. And in this drive, Marv, they have not thrown the ball one time since Flutie's interception by Offerdahl.
The injury is to the left ankle, and no report on his status for the rest of the day as we get underway here. Second quarter, 3rd down 3. New England at the Miami 12. We have no score.
They're going to run again. Now Flutie's got to take time out. They had too many guys on the field. They finally got someone off. And then it just looked like, because the way the receivers went off, they were going to run it anyway.
The Patriots with the decisive edge over the Dolphins in the first quarter statistically, but we're scoreless.
No score. It just take that 39-yard pass for the Patriots. That's that long pass that he threw to Fryer. He being Flutie.
3rd down 3 from the 12 back to the ground. It is Stevens bouncing off tacklers, getting inside the 5. John Stevens going for 9.
Jackie Hyde alive with Paul Langford defensively for the Dolphins.
All right, Marv, the Bengals take the lead again over the Steelers at Riverfront. Bengals from the 5-yard line. Esiason fires it to Tim McGee. His second touchdown pass today for Boomer. The Bengals lead 14-7 in the second. Let's go back to Foxborough.
Thank you, Gail. It's a 1st and goal at the 4. 10 plays on this drive for New England, all on the ground, and they are going double tight end using Tom Rader, the rookie from Notre Dame, joining with Russ Francis. And it's Stevens right at the goal line.
You know, we were talking so much about Russ Francis being the only tight end left, and he's blocking on Graff. He does a pretty good job on him on the initial contact. He'll be to the left of the screen. You see Francis right there, but Graff spins out. He comes back in, and Stevens just shakes Graff. He never gets back out far enough. But that ball looks like it's touchdown. They may have to take a look at this thing. Here he is again. Francis, he's trying to screen to the inside. Graff gets back outside. Really doesn't help out on the play, but watch where Stevens breaks it back to the outside away from Graff. Marv, it looked like the ball was in the end zone.
Question is whether the ball crossed the plane of the goal line, and the play will hold up. But right now, Robert Perryman able to bring it home for the touchdown. So the Patriots take a 6-0 lead.
Well, it didn't matter whether he was in or not, except if there had been a fumble or something. But just watch Stevens. Does the ball cross the goal line? No, it doesn't. From that angle, no. They marked it right and still got the touchdown. Not one pass was thrown. Here goes Perryman, just straight up the middle. Stevens went out in a fake. Perryman comes up. Double tight end. Touchdown.
And here is Jason Starosky, one of the 2 place kickers on the Patriots squad, trying the extra point. And he has it. Starosky, the second-year man out of Tulsa, has given the Patriots a 7-0 lead. We'll be right back.
The play, watch this. Francis and Graff. We got a double face mask here.
Paul, the videotape will be sent to Montreal. The National Hockey League will be checking over that tape. There's Fred Marion, who started the drive with the interception, concluding with the touchdown by Perryman. Hard hit on Joe Cribbs, and a penalty flag is down. Darrell Holmes, backup safety man, And Vincent Brown, who's been playing a superb ball from his backup linebacker position on the stop. Boomer Esiason throwing his second touchdown of the day for that 14-7 lead. Rams and Eagles now tied at 3. Tampa Bay in front of Chicago 3-0. Giants extend to a 10-0 lead. Otis Anderson with a 1-yard run. And Minnesota up 13-0 over Detroit.
Woody Bennett.
So Woody Bennett called on that penalty, and they move it back to the 14-yard line. First down for Miami.
Miami's had such really bad field position on first down, and they've been running the football. I wouldn't be surprised to see Marino come out and start throwing it on first down.
He has only thrown 4 times. He's 2 for 4. He was picked off once off that deflected pass. Clayton in motion. And it's completed to Clayton. Gets across the 20-yard line. 8-yard pickup. Rembert on the stop.
That is surprising when you see the Dolphins, but it's not surprising when you see the Patriots at 18 rushes and only 4 passes. And again, Flutie has not thrown a pass since the interception in the end zone to Alberto. That time, Miami just gave Marino all the time he wanted. He just waited until Clayton got open.
Second down and 2. Duper to the right side at the top of your screen. 12 and a half remaining. First half. And New England in front of Miami 7-0. And again to the ground, Lorenzo Hampton. So Hampton with the first down, another 8-yard gain. Reynolds and Marion combining on the stop.
You know what, when coaches and people talk about, all right, you look at New England Patriots, Mark, they run the ball well, and they say, you know, run sets up the pass. Well, that's true, but you still have Stevens in the backfield to run the ball. On the other hand, you have Miami. Passing the ball sets up the run. Well, with Marino, what else are you going to do with him? You just hand him back there, just hand the ball off all day long. Not with the great arm he has, and being sacked 1 out of every 58 times he goes back.
He has been sacked only 6 times this season. It's a first down at the 30. Marino throwing on first down for Jensen. Out across the 35. Roland James, the strong safety right there. So another short pickup, 6-yard advance.
Jensen's not fast. He's not a whole lot of things, except he gets the job done every time they want it to happen to him. Now, he's out there on James, and watch what Jensen does. As soon as he makes his turn, there's the ball. Bang. James couldn't play it any better as the corner, but Marino's arm is so strong to get the ball there so quick that James didn't have a chance.
Second down and 4. In motion. Hampton. Good second effort by Lorenzo Hampton. He broke tackles. Rembert finally got him down right at the first down marker. Nose tackle Tim Goad also involved, and he has moved the chains. A first down for Hampton.
You know, we talk about Jensen. Not only can he catch the ball, he's a big third down player, but he's also an excellent blocker. Now, here comes Jensen in motion. And his job is to turn everything to the inside, and that's what he does. He gets down, gets right at the knees of Reynolds, and he goes down. Jensen does his job.
Woody Bennett now joining with Lorenzo Hampton in the Miami backfield. Marino looking at a first down at the Dolphin 40. 7-0 New England. And again a completion. This time it is Clayton. Clayton has some words with his good friend Ronnie Lepet. Boy, they were really going at each other, at least through the media during the course of the week.
All right, you're going to see Clayton come downfield, but the biggest part of this play, they had a full-scale blitz by the New England Patriots, didn't even get close to Marino. He has time to find Clayton. Lepet just takes him out of bounds, and they're talking. You know, they have some things they want to say to each other. Here comes the blitz. Well, take a look at this one. Now, when You send that many people, all your linebackers, and also a safety, and you hold them out. It gives Marino all the time in the world to find the open man.
And it is a 2nd down 5 at the 45. And that was deflected. Incomplete. Lawrence McGrew got a piece of it. Pass intended for Lorenzo Hampton. McGrew, the 8-year man from University of Southern California. Getting back to the Clayton Lepet rhubarb. Clayton says his dislike for Lepet started about 3 years ago. Lepet, it seems, announced through the press that he would not get this, would not allow his fiancée to invite Clayton to the couple's wedding. Lepet said his fiancée and Clayton's fiancée were friends, but Clayton was not to be invited under any circumstances, and Clayton said he wanted to be invited, but then he wanted to be invited because he wanted to turn him down. 3rd down 5. And it was broken up. Penalty flag down. Clayton took the hit from Lepet.
They have a flag downfield right down here in front of us. And it's against New England Patriots, so this will be a 1st down.
Holding, number 26, defense, 5 yards, 1st down.
Yes, against the right cornerback, Raymond Claiborne.
No, that time it was a very interesting defense by the New England Patriots. They had all 11 people up on the line of scrimmage, and then they backed off at the last second.
6 minutes gone by. 2nd quarter. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire on a beautiful day here at Sullivan Stadium in Foxborough. Temperature 65 degrees. 7-0. Patriots lead the Dolphins. 1st down at midfield. And on the end around, it is the tight end, Edmonds, but again, a flag is down. So the tight end, Farrell Edmonds, a rookie from Maryland, coming from left to right. But it appears that a clipping penalty has been called on the Dolphins.
If it's on 72, that's Ronnie Lee peeling back, and it's blocking below the waist. You're going to see it on the top of the screen. Take a look at, here comes Tippett coming out, and there's Lee right from behind, below the waist. That's dangerous. That really is dangerous.
72 offense.
It is the right tackle, Ronnie Lee. The fans here at Foxborough viewing it, seeing the replay on the big screen, booing the penalty on Ronnie Lee. So the ball placed back at the 35, and the Dolphins looking at a 1st and 25.
And with Marino, the Dolphins, they are a disciplined football team. And what Marino wants to do right here is get half of this back. Get half of it on 1st down, and then try to get the other half on 2nd down. But don't try to go for the bomb. Just take what you can get.
James Pruitt, Fred Banks, and as the extra receiver, 6 defensive backs for the Patriots. And he goes to the screen for Jensen, and that was diagnosed by Johnny Rembert.
Marv, this is a classic case of the offensive line looking back at the passer. Instead of looking, there's only one man, Rembert, that can make the play. No one blocks him. I'm not taking anything away from what Rembert does. Watch the offensive line. Here's the screen. The screen comes, and they're all looking back, forgetting about Rembert. He's a guy in a big red shirt. You can't miss him. The only guy there.
It is a 2nd and 25. That play stopped right at the line. 8 minutes remaining, 1st half. Patriots 7. The Dolphins nothing. Marino now with time throws the bullet, and it is dropped. Well, earlier this season, both Mark Clayton and Mark Duper had problems holding on to the football, and Clayton should have had that one.
And that man, Marino, is mad. This has been happening to him all year long. He cannot throw the ball any better, and he throws it here. Here comes Clayton. He's being covered by Lepet. Watch this here. Look where the ball hits him. Right in the hands. And that would have been half of that yardage that they needed.
Last week, Clayton caught 7 passes for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a Michael Jordan-type stuff after one score that was very impressive. 3rd down, 25.
You can't even reach that bar, let alone dunk it over.
Marino going deep, way off as he threw it away. Brett Banks and Rod McSwain downfield. McSwain right with Banks.
And we got holding on Miami, which they'll refuse. That doesn't make any difference.
It has been a horrendous series for the Dolphins. The clip against Ronnie Lee.
Holding, number 62, offense,
And now
decline.
the hold against the right guard, Harry Galbraith, who had a costly motion penalty last week that wiped out a 23-yard pass completion. So here is Reggie Roby.
With the 16-mile-an-hour wind at his back.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Irving Fryer back at his 15. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Played the low snap and able to get it away. Good punt. Fryer with open field. Out to the 35-yard line. 55-yard punt by Roby and a 26-yard return for Fryer. We'll be back here in Foxborough in a moment.
It's brought to you by Nissan Cars and Trucks, built for the most important race of all, the human race. Buy new Extra Gold Draft in bottles and cans, the one with a full tilt taste. And by Holiday Inn Hotels. There's no better way to take a time out.
Well, Dan Marino not pleased after that last series, and he and his receivers having a sideline chat.
Along with David Shula, they're all sitting down there saying, you know, if I'm going to throw it, catch it.
Clayton dropping one just a moment ago. Patriots first down from their 36. They lead by the score of 7-0 as Flutie throws sideline, underthrows Fryer. And we're set for another update. Let's go to Gail Gardner in New York.
Thank you, Marv. At Riverfront, a big day so far for Boomer Esiason and Eddie Brown. Brown, 3 receptions, 148 yards. This one, 38 yards, set up a 4-yard touchdown run by James Brooks. Bengals lead the Steelers 21-7. Back to Marvin Paul in Foxborough.
All right, Gail, and going into today, Boomer had not thrown a touchdown pass his last 2 games. Second down 10 at the 36.
And only contained the Boomer for so long.
Talking about throwing or talking? Here's Perryman. So Perryman gets to the 38-yard line. Rick Graff, the outside linebacker, on the stop. As Gail just told you, Cincinnati with the 21-7 lead. Rams and Philadelphia tied at 3. The Bears now in front of Tampa Bay with Mike Ditka recovering from the heart attack. The Bears being handled by Vince Tobin. Giants extending to a 13-0 lead. Same for Minnesota. And Atlanta in front of Green Bay, 14-0.
And John Offerdahl. He looked like he went in to make the play and just bounced out of there. Number 56 is John Offerdahl. Reads the play, slides down the line, and watch this. He just hits and just bounces out of there, whether he got hit in the head or in the shoulder.
Last year was an injury-plagued season for Offerdahl. As a rookie, calling defensive signals, he was a prodigy. John Offerdahl, his 3rd year from Western Michigan. Flutie scrambling now on this 3rd down 8. So Doug Flutie, who does add that extra dimension, able to run for 5. Paul Langford tripped him up.
This time here, when you see something like this happen when a quarterback runs out, first of all, give credit to the defensive secondary. There's Graff right there on Armstrong. Now that kind of breaks down, forces Graff forces him up into the pocket. But right here, I think if Flutie goes straight ahead, he might have been able to pick up the first down because he had a blocker. He cuts back to the outside and loses ground. Now they're going to have to punt.
And Jeff Fiegels, a product of the University of Miami, is back at his 28-yard line. Jarvis Williams, rookie from Florida. Back deep.
28 25.
Yeah, spotted around the 30-yard line. Coming up at halftime, we'll be going back to our NFL Live studios in New York. Frank DeFord taking a look at Bengals linebacker Reggie Williams, who, when not dressed in a football uniform, is a member of the Cincinnati City Council, plus Bob and Ahmad and Gail with all the scores and highlights from around the league. Coming up halftime on NFL Live. Just under 6 minutes left in this first half. 26-yard punt by Fiegels. And the Dolphins first down at their 30. 7-0 New England. The short plunge by Perryman that was set up by the interception by Marion, and the completion to the tight end Edmonds. So Farrell Edmonds, a rookie out of Maryland, a third-round draft pick on a 31-yard pass play. McGrew and Marion combined on the tackle.
And if you don't think Marino didn't put this thing on a rope right to Edmonds, take a look at right down the middle, and he's just looking at Edmonds. He saw something in the defense. That's what they talked about. You've got a linebacker trying to cover, and that's McGrew on a tight end. That's not going to work. First down. Excellent pass and good protection.
The report on John Offerdahl, a neck injury, should be back. As you look at the Dolphins, who has struggled here in the first half. Remember last week against Tampa Bay, they were scoreless against the Buccaneers, 0-0 at the half. Penalty markers all over.
Ronnie Lee again. Ronnie Lee moved to right tackle. He had a clip, now a move. They'll talk to him. So they start a drive and then end up going backwards.
Front start, number 92, offense.
Try 72. That's it. There we go.
That is Lee, the 10-year man from Baylor.
Did you notice one thing about here, Mark? The crowd really is not in the game. I mean, most places they're screaming when the offense has the ball, and it isn't that Ronnie Lee cannot hear the snap count, because he can.
They're a discerning crowd, Paul. Take the earmuffs off.
Oh. No.
It's a 1st and 15 at the 43. This is Joe Cribbs. So Cribbs could not get outside. Lawrence McGrew and Fred Marion were right with him. Joe Cribbs, once one of the most feared running backs in the NFL. Most of his success in Buffalo. Also played some of the USFL with Birmingham, San Francisco 49ers, and now a member of the Dolphins, and playing today because of the injury suffered by Troy Stratford. Sprained left ankle. He is inactive this afternoon, although Stratford has had a disappointing season.
He really has. Last year was just sensational in the first year, and one of the reasons because no one had seen him before that at that time. And I'll get back to that in a second.
It's a 2nd and 14. And pass is completed to Jensen. 9-yard pickup. Reynolds and James on the stop. And bad news concerning New England. Tight end Lynn Dawson, fractured ankle.
Oh, right. That leaves him with just one tight end. And Lynn Dawson last week had 2 touchdowns. Not only is he a great blocker in this offensive scheme because they run the ball so well, but he can also catch the ball for touchdowns, which he did last week. What I'm talking about Stratford is that he was a new back into the league, Marvin, and people really don't, you don't see him, you can't scout him that much. He can do some different things, and all of a sudden this year, big things were expected. I mean, he didn't do anything.
And he certainly wanted to play today after the illustrious career he had at Boston College. 3rd down, 6, and Marino, let's see, incomplete, nearly picked off by Claiborne. Pass intended for Duper.
Here's the thing where Marino, because of his knees, will not run. He has a first down if he runs with the football. He stopped and threw the ball across the field. It was wide open on the other side. I just thought that he would, at least run the ball at that particular time, but he didn't do it. And Davenport was open for a second.
And the reaction, the booing for the one-time New England Patriot, Tony Franklin, who has been struggling with Miami. And this a long-range attempt, 51 yards away. And this one, oh, he hit it good. So Franklin, after signing 3 weeks ago with the Dolphins, missed 4 of 6 field goal attempts and an extra point, hits from 51 yards. And you know that he is enjoying this one. Tony Franklin, 31-year-old, 10-year veteran from Texas A&M, putting it right through.
Well, you know, everybody else is waiting, but he knew it right off the bat that he hit it. He hit it well and knew the ball was in there. I guess the field goal kicker, as soon as he feels it, he knows better than anyone else that he made the field goal. But I'll tell you one thing that'll do. That'll stop them booing him.
Well, Franklin was living from day to day even this week. The Dolphins took a look at Rafael Septien among several other kickers. The Patriots have certainly been hit hard by injury, starting
McGuire.
Yes. And not to be confused with the McGuire that I know.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to spell his name.
You know, things got so bad for the Dolphins this week that they got a request from a one-time Egyptian soccer player by the name of Kamal Agour, 31-year-old, never kicked a football, but he said he wanted to try out. They did say no after looking at Septien. Here's Sammy Martin on the return. We're down to 3 minutes remaining in this first half. The Patriots now lead by the score of 7-3. Severe injury last week when the New England Patriots went up against the Chicago Bears. This took place in the second quarter. Brent Williams with the hit on Jim McMahon. Williams, number 96. Mike Ditka and some of the Bears coaching staff at first said that Williams tried to viciously injure McMahon, but McMahon said no, not true. In fact, Raymond Berry called McMahon in the hospital, and McMahon said no, he got hurt going down. It wasn't Brent Williams. First down at the 21-yard line. Flag thrown as John Stevens carries. Short pickup. Paul Langford on the stop as we sweep around the 10-minute ticker. Still 21-7 Cincinnati over Pittsburgh. Rams and Eagles tied at 3. Chicago now leading Tampa Bay 14-3.
Illegal motion, number 81, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
It's a tight end, Russ Francis, filling in for the injured Lynn Dawson, called on that motion penalty.
It would mean if something would happen to Russ Francis, they've got to go to a tackle then, right?
Tom Rader did line up in the double tight end set earlier. Right now, first down 15 at the 16-yard line. And Flutie swings it out. Stevens getting across the 20, met by Offerdahl, who's back in the lineup. And the free safety Williams, 6-yard pickup.
This is actually Flutie's second pass since the interception. The first one, he really had trouble getting it downfield, but there is a 16-mile-an-hour wind in his face. And that time they just went to take a look at this play selection. This is a right-handed football team. And one of the reasons is not only because of Lynn Dawson, the great blocking he gives you, but you can move him either way, is because of Bruce Armstrong, their tackle, who they consider as their best offensive lineman, and his number is 78.
Armstrong in his second year out of Louisville, #1 draft pick last year, had a shoulder injury all last season. As we come up on 2 minutes remaining in this first half, we'll be right back.
Quarterback is the NFL's #1
back at our NFL Live studios. Frank DeFord with a close-up look at the Cincinnati Bengals' Reggie Williams, and Bob Costas, Ahmad Rashad, Gail Gardner checking out the scores and the highlights. 2 minutes left. First half, Patriots 7 and the Dolphins 3. It is a 2nd and 9 at the 22.
Good news, Offerdahl is back.
John Stevens, the ball carrier, stopped by the left defensive end T.J. Turner, picked up 6 on the play. It'll be a 3rd down and 3. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire. Paul, hearing it from fans moments ago, upset with some of his picks from earlier in the year. But Paul, don't be concerned. NBC executives tell me they have arranged for the same security personnel that protected Geraldo Rivera the other day.
Thanks a lot. That's wonderful.
3rd down and 3.
Miami, if they stop them here, we'll take the timeout because they have 3 left.
And that's Fryer in motion. And it's Stevens. And Stevens going to his right once again. Picked up the first down. The nose tackles, Soche and Offerdahl make the stop.
It's going to be 4th down, and Miami they will take a timeout here. They have 3. All right, we talked about Armstrong, number 78, Russ Francis. Here he is on T.J. Turner, and he did his job and worked off somewhere else.
Well, they're calling for the yardsticks. I did think they picked it up from my angle, but it does look to be short.
And that's going to force the Patriots to punt, and that graphic was wrong. It's Patriots only have 1 timeout left. Flutie had to take 2 different timeouts. And now Miami, with 57 seconds, they will have 2 timeouts left and should get pretty good field position because of this win.
Here is Fiegels. His last attempt was a short punt. Jarvis Williams is back at his 35-yard line. Big rush. And just did get it away, but a penalty marker is down. Fair catch by Williams at the 30. And Fiegels remaining down. A 39-yard punt. And the contact was made.
Up in the middle, and now he's down, and he's not faking it. It looks like he twisted his ankle, or someone stepped on his toe, but he went down. He's getting mistakes that normally the Miami Dolphins just do not make, and they're going to get good field position. They had it at the 30. But here's Fiegels here. Now it's going to happen on his left leg, on his foot that's planted. He's down. He comes down, and as he does, they just roll up over his ankle. That's his ankle.
Well, the Patriots and the Dolphins have both had all kinds of problems with the kicking game, and here's another for New England.
This is fine for New England. They were going to run the clock out anyway. They only have 1 timeout, 49 seconds. They have the ball at the 36-yard line, and they're just not letting Flutie throw the ball. And, you know, as you go back and rub into a sore spot, but since the Offerdahl interception in the end zone, Marv, he's only thrown the ball twice, and one was a pass that wasn't even close to a receiver downfield, again throwing into the wind on a rollout, and the second pass was a screen that picked up 4 yards.
Last week only 6 for 18 for Flutie against the Bears, although 4 went for touchdowns.
Here comes Fiegels again. Now it's his left foot as he plants. He gets up off the ground, but when he comes down, Judson just rolls up underneath it, but he walked off all right. What you do right now is get it taped tighter. They'll when it tape it, keep the swelling off it, and put a little ice on it at halftime. He should be all right.
If not, the backup punter is the place kicker, at least one of the 2 place kickers, Teddy Garcia. 49 seconds remaining in this first half. New England's touchdown on a 1-yard run by Perryman. Long drive that was started by the interception by Fred Marion. And New England Miami on the board off the 51-yard field goal by one-time Patriot Tony Franklin, who was not greeted kindly when he walked onto the field.
You got the dime situation for Miami. They have 6 defensive backs and thinking they're going to throw the ball.
4 receivers for New England. First down from their 36. Instead, a pitch that is fumbled. It was intended for Fryer.
It's a pass. It's that shovel pass, Marv. If it works, fine. If the guy drops the ball, Fryer was going to get hit as soon as he got the ball anyway. It's just an incompleted pass is all it is. It's a very safe pass. You're going to see Fryer coming in motion. Now, Flutie's going to roll out with him. Now, watch. That little shovel pass there, that's a forward pass. Fryer looks up, and he knew he was going to get nailed.
Nearly picked off, though, by Eric Camaro, the right defensive end. And it is ruled, as you say, incomplete. It'll be a 2nd and 10 with 44 seconds remaining in this first half. Patriots still with the 4 wide receivers. Now Flutie able to complete. Stanley Morgan. Run out by Don McNeil. 11-yard pass play and a first down for New England with 40 seconds left in the half. For Morgan, his first catch of the day.
First time he's throwing the ball to him. And getting one-on-one coverage. You got 4 wide receivers covered by 6 defensive backs. And that time they had McNeil one-on-one on Stanley Morgan. Flutie saw it, stepped up, and hit him.
Patriots now first down from their 47, seeking to move within field goal range. They lead the Dolphins 7-3. And that time a fake as Tatupu took it, and it fooled the Dolphins. Tatupu took the snap. William Judson ran him out. So Raymond Berry going to some chicanery, a 22-yard advance. Mosi Tatupu, who has carried it, coming into today only 9 times for 17 yards. A man who has not figured as prominently as he did in previous years in the New England running game.
And one of the problems you have when you have 6 defensive backs, you only have 1 linebacker, so that's 7 people, 4 down linemen. And once you spread out that defensive line, all you got to do is worry about the middle linebacker. You get the center on him, and the hole is open.
And the Patriots first down at the 31. Dupart now in the backfield. And Flutie going to the sideline, and it's dropped. Dupart should have had it. Don McNeil covering. Reggie Dupart, New England's #1 draft pick back in 1986. Not able to hang on. A reminder to our viewers, we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the game. 28 seconds remaining in the half. 2nd and 10. Patriots at the Miami 31.
And because of the wind, the strong wind, they need to get the ball at least another 10 to 15 yards down the field. That's why Flutie was throwing that short pass instead of trying to go into the end zone.
Flutie now 4 for 9, 56 yards, and going for the end zone. And broken up, but a flag is down. Cedric Jones interfered with by Rodney Thomas.
Rodney, don't look around, Rodney. You grabbed him by the arm. Here it is. 45 is Rodney Thomas. Now watch it. Cedric Jones has him beaten right here, but the ball is thrown behind him. He just grabbed his arm and pulled him out away.
Rodney Thomas had a tough time against Ken O'Brien. And the Jets, O'Brien picking on him successfully 2 weeks back. He's a rookie from Brigham Young, and he's called for the interference, and that will cost him 30 yards.
The worst part about it is Jones almost caught the ball on top of being held. Saved the touchdown for now.
And the Dolphins hit with their 6th penalty of the day. Now Tom Rader, usually a left tackle, has come in as the 2nd tight end for this 1st and goal at the 1 off the rollout. Flutie throws the touchdown. Irving Fryar from Doug Flutie. And with 19 seconds left in the half, the Patriots take a 13-3 lead.
The guy that makes this play work is Robert Perriman. And the reason he does, he carries out the fake so well, dives over the top, which also freezes the safety and the linebackers, and then Fryar just sneaks into the end zone. Flutie hits him.
A costly interference on Rodney Thomas to set it up. And here's Starosky. The Patriots 14 and the Dolphins 3.
19 seconds left to play.
Penalty marker down as Patriots and Dolphins exchange words. And Eric Kummerow, the rookie from Ohio State, right in the midst of it.
There you see Irving Fryar. I mean, he's just wide open because everybody was frozen by the fake of Flutie to Perriman. Perriman going up over the top, and he carried out his assignment very well.
It's a personal foul called on Miami.
That's not going to help. Well, there's only 19 seconds. Watch Perriman. Here's the fake to Perriman, and when he fakes, he just takes off over the top. And watch how it just freezes everyone. Perriman goes up over the top. Dupart gets a piece of a block. That's all he had to do is give Flutie time to get the ball to Fryar for the touchdown.
Fryer with his 5th touchdown of the season. 8 plays, 79 yards, 2 minutes 54 seconds of possession for the New England Patriots. And on the drive, Doug Flutie 3 for 5, 18 yards. Some interesting plays. The big play, the Mosi Tatupu run off the snap that went to the fullback Tatupu.
This is a running football team, and when you catch a defense like Miami's sitting there with 6 defensive backs spread out all over the field because you have 4 wide receivers and you only have 1 linebacker, it opens it up. Now here goes Fryer. Nobody even looks at Fryer. I mean, you're down near the goal line, and you know, at least Miami was thinking they're going to run the football with Stevens, but you had Dupart and also Perryman in the game. You figure you're going to run the football with that offensive line, which they love to do. And then Fryer just comes out of the backfield and no one touched him.
Doug Flutie, originally drafted by the Los Angeles Rams, signed with the New Jersey Generals of the USFL, then on to the Chicago Bears and New England. And he is unbeaten here in Foxborough. 5-0 as a member of the Eagles of Boston College and 3-0 as a pro. And the kickoff is put bye-bye. So Teddy Garcia preventing the run back, helped by that personal foul penalty that was called on Kummerow. Also, don't forget the running into the kicker penalty as Fiegels was sent flying. So
2 major mistakes on that drive, Mark.
Costly series for Miami, and they trail 14-3. First down from the 20, 19 seconds remaining in the half. Miami coming in at 1-4 of its last 5 after starting the season off with 2 road losses, as they were walloped in Chicago 34-7, losing then at Buffalo 9-6, but able to bounce back. Marino throwing sideline, almost intercepted. Claymore had a shot, pass intended for Duper, and we're down to 14 seconds left in the half.
I don't know what Duper was doing. Duper went downfield, didn't even look back. Watch what Duper does. Here he comes downfield, right? Now the ball's being thrown. Look at this. The ball is already by. And Marino's talking to him.
I have the feeling that Dan will be doing quite a bit of talking along with Don Shula back in the locker room at halftime.
Have his own special meeting.
2nd and 10. And Marino completes. Lorenzo Hampton runs it out to stop the clock. Johnny Rampart on the coverage. 14-yard pass play and a first down for Miami. However, only 8 seconds left in the half.
That's how important that other pass would have been to Duper. The ball would have been, if he'd have looked for the ball and turned when he was supposed to, would have been at the 40-yard line. But in defense of Duper, though, on that play, if you take a look at the shadows on the players, he would have been looking directly into the sun when he turned and maybe just didn't see anything. But it looked like he didn't even run the pattern like he was supposed to run it.
Timeout has been called. And this telecast presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New England Patriots and the National Football League is prohibited. This game, the property of the NFL, all rights reserved.
I like that.
Coming up at halftime, back to our studios in New York for Bob Ahmad, Gail, and Frank. 8 seconds remaining in this first half. Raymond Berry has had great success against the Dolphins. His clubs have won 6 of 7 against Miami. That includes beating Miami in the AFC Championship game in 1985. Raymond Berry played for Don Shula in Raymond's last 5 years in the NFL with the Baltimore Colts, and they were teammates back in 1955 and 1956. And Marino had difficulty finding someone. It's broken up, knocked out of the hands of Clayton by Ernest Gibson with 2 seconds left in the half.
Marino You take a look. He is so frustrated. And I really feel sorry for him. I mean, he's putting the ball where you have to put the ball. And the man's got to end up talking to himself because, and it isn't that he throws to the same receiver. He mixes it up with everybody, Marv. He gives everybody a chance to drop him.
9 for 17, 93 yards. Miami in this first half tried to get it going on the ground to set up the pass, but that has not worked once again. That one interception by Fred Marion, the free safety, led to the Patriots' first touchdown. And look at that.
Marino just took the ball, turned around, threw it to the officials. The man is frustrated.
Offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Play of game.
Well, you got to put 1 more second back on the clock. 2 won't make any difference because once the ball snapped at 2 seconds, they're going to go. Watch this. You see, Andre Tippett turned his head, looked like at the official, like, what are you doing?
Second down.
Oh.
15.
And now they have put the extra second on. So 2 seconds left, 2nd and 15. Patriots lead the Dolphins 14-3. The only score for Miami, a 51-yard field goal from Tony Franklin. And he ends it with a screen to Hampton. Lorenzo Hampton actually now padding the reception statistic as the first half has run out. That'll do it. Marion finally guided him out of bounds. And this capacity crowd here at Sullivan Stadium, better than 60,000 on hand, responding. 32-yard pass play as it turns out. But no matter what, the halftime stats for Dan Marino and the Dolphins will not look pretty. New England 14, Miami 3, 1-yard touchdown run by Perryman. And then Flutie to Fryer for a yard touchdown play, helped by a couple of costly Miami penalties. 51-yard field goal by Franklin, and that has been it. NFL Live halftime activities will continue back after these words from your local station.
Tonight, it's a model fan.
And Marvin Allen, RD. And it's played by Martin. Martin on the return. Martin out across the 30-yard line. He's a rookie from LSU as a senior, one of the top return men in the country, a 4th-round draft pick for the Patriots. He went 35 yards. Bob Brzezinski making the stop. So Marino 10 for 18 with that one interception by Fred Marion that led to the first New England score. And Flutie 5 for 10 for 57 yards. He did connect with Irving Fryer for the touchdown. Check that out.
That's what's hurt the Miami Dolphins, in poor field position starting out.
First down from the 34. It's John Stevens.
Oh, we got a little fight going on down there. Grab. No harm, no foul. That's basketball, huh? No harm, no foul.
You've been listening to Chick Hearn of the Los Angeles Lakers. Jackie Klein on the stop of Stevens. 15 carries, 57 yards now for Stevens, who is attempting to make it over the 100-yard mark for a 3rd consecutive day. The last Patriot to do it, Don Calhoun, back in 1976. 2nd and 6 at the 38. Stevens finding the hole and running for the first down. Lifford Hobley up from strong safety to make the stop. Add another 9 yards to the stats of John Stevens.
We had a first half graphic about running right as many times as the Patriots do, but just take a look at it. Now they go back to the left-hand side. The blocking over there is just as good on the left-hand side as it is on the right-hand side.
Villa and Armstrong at the tackles. Farrell and Wooten at the guards. The center is Babb. And you can see that breakdown as they have gone to the right 12 times. First down at the 47. Fryer in motion. And here's Stevens. So it's been all John Stevens in this opening series to start the second half.
You know, it's amazing. Now there's Francis, there's Armstrong. You just take a look at it's just one-on-one blocking. And when you take a look at Stevens, he looks. I got to believe he looks for Armstrong to just to go off his rear end wherever he is. I'm gonna take it either left or right. Wherever he blocks, I'm going the other way.
5 more yards for Stevens. Second down 5 at the Miami 48-yard line. Stevens averages just under 4 yards per carry. This time Perryman on the slant and has the first down. Robert Perryman, the Patriot fullback, who has also run well today, able to pick it up. First down for New England. Cincinnati in front of Pittsburgh, 21-7. Boomer Esiason throwing for 2. James Brooks running 2 in. Rams and the Eagles tied at 10.
Don't forget, with each copy of Game Day magazine, you'll receive a Patriots.
Giants all over the Dallas Cowboys. This once upon a time was a heated, close rivalry.
I don't know if the Patriots are going to need Fiegels, but he'll be back. He's all right. He can play. Tape them up.
Pryor in motion. First down at the 42. Stevens. Stopped by Offerdahl. 4-yard gain. Second down and 6. John Stevens was an offensive lineman his first 3 years in high school, so he is also a first-rate blocker. Guy who has a combination of speed and power.
Speaking of first-rate blockers, now we're looking at Armstrong again. He just does the job on Turner. He sets Turner up and just turns him whichever way he wants to turn him. And again, I really believe that Stevens just takes a look at where Armstrong is. He also has Wooten on that side. They just take a look and see where the hole is. Whichever way he's taking the man, I'll just go to the other side.
Second down play for Doug Flutie. Big hole. And Perryman. Check that. Marvin Allen able to take advantage. 11-yard play. Lifford Hopley on the stop.
The block of Russ Francis. On the left of your screen, he just takes Shipp, number 50, not only inside, but all the way down the line of scrimmage. The guards pulling out to the outside get excellent blocks. Wooten gets a good block. First down. They're just running the ball right down their throat. Be very careful now where Flutie runs a little play-action deal and throws the ball.
Marvin Allen, a rookie from Tulane, 11th round draft pick. He's been a surprise. He and Tatupu now in the backfield. And here is Mosi to the 26-yard line. Jackie Shipp, the inside linebacker, question mark for today, able to make the stop. Shipp came out last Sunday for the injured Mark Brown, but then Shipp sprained his ankle during practice this week, and it was thought he would not be able to play today.
Jackie Shipp here, the man you're talking about, just gets rid of the block of Farrell, number 62, and makes the play.
And here are the Patriots eating up the first 5 minutes of this third quarter, all on the ground, 7 plays. Combinations of Stevens, Perryman, and Allen, and Tatupu carrying the ball second down, and 8 at Stevens again, running well. Picked up 5 more. John Stevens, a rookie from Northwestern State in Louisiana.
The interesting thing, though, even though we show the stats, Marv, of left, right, and in the middle, if you take a look at where Stevens runs, it's from tackle to tackle, which is basically considered inside. The New England Patriots, they just don't run wide. Stevens, you know, I think he's got enough speed to get wide, but Stevens here he is with 79 yards. He runs from tackle to tackle.
And Stevens headed for the century mark once again. Double tight ends, Russ Francis and the left tackle Tom Rader lining up at the tight end position because of the injury suffered by Lynn Dawson. Tatupu surging for the first down. Picked up 5. Langford and Hobley on the tackle of Mosi Tatupu, who has been a key man for the Patriots.
This is the experience of Tatupu because the play was supposed to be to the right again or left on your screen. But watch the adjustment that he makes. He sees the block on the inside, so he just cuts back, takes that step to get the first down. That's all he's concerned about.
We're 6:15 into the third quarter, and the Patriots have had the ball throughout. 10th play of the drive. First first down at the Miami 15. On the slant, Stevens. The Dolphins not able to make a dent on this New England running game. T.J. Turner on the tackle. There is John Offerdahl.
John's back. He had a little pinched nerve, but he's back. We'll watch. He just sheds the blocker right there. Doesn't let the blocker get to him, and that was Wooten, number 61. Gets rid of him and gets in on the play.
Second and 8. Down at the 13-yard line. Patriots 14 and the Dolphins 3. They line up in the I, and Fryer in motion. Second back, Stevens going wide, has the room now, and he goes in.
What an excellent move here by Stevens. He was almost tackled in the backfield. This play was supposed to go off tackle. They came down the line of scrimmage, and that was Turner who came down the line of scrimmage, almost made the play, but Stevens made the adjustment back to the outside. When he did that, there was no one there.
John Stevens with his second touchdown of the season. Here is Jason Starowski with his third extra point of the day, and with 7:44 remaining in the third, Patriots now lead the Dolphins 21-3.
Excitement. By Delta Airlines, we love to fly, and it shows. And by the U.S. Army, learn how to get an edge on life. Be all you can be.
Welcome back to Foxborough. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire, and the New England Patriots now lead the Miami Dolphins 21-3 as Teddy Garcia kicks it off. Joe Cribbs back inside his 5. Cribbs getting across the 20-yard line. Stopped by Marvin Allen. 11 plays, 66 yards, 7 minutes, 16 seconds of possession, Paul, and they did it on the ground. Not a pass thrown.
And the thing about it is they're going right into that 16-mile-an-hour wind and eat up half the quarter and come away with a touchdown. That's a stat.
And now Don Shula and his Dolphins, trailing by 18 points, start out first down at the 23. And Marino able to complete. Jim Jensen refusing to go down, has the first down out of the 35. Rembert and Tippett on the tackle. 12-yard pass play.
I said before about Marino, just go ahead and take it. Jensen is playing like a back and not like a wide receiver. He's coming out of the backfield. He's in motion. He's open. Take the 10 to 12 yards that you can get. At that time, he throws the ball to Jensen at about 6 yards. He picks up another 6 on his own. Be patient. You're not that far out of the game.
And Jensen coming up with his 6th reception of the day, but Duper and Clayton to this point have been quiet. Clayton dropped one earlier. First down at the 35. Off the swing. Through the hands of the tight end, Farrell Edmonds.
Well, I think he's kind of glad that he didn't catch that ball because McGrew was right there. Jensen, that's his 6th reception, and that ties his high. And he's got a quarter and a half to go yet.
That's not a good sign for the Dolphins. You want to be hitting people like Duper and Clayton and hope to bust things open.
Well, what happens if you start testing the defense, Marvin, and start doing the short stuff? The only problem is this experienced defensive secondary in New England. They're not going to stay good away from the players that they're covering. They're going to just stay with Clayton and Duper.
2nd and 10 from the 35. Again short. Lorenzo Hampton just shy of the 40, picked up 5. Rembert and Lepet on the stop. The Patriots with that skilled, experienced defensive secondary with Lepet and Claiborne at the corners and James and Marion the safeties. And you wonder psychologically how this has affected the Dolphins since they have done it in the past against Marino.
They do it, and the nice part about playing man-to-man on the corners, it frees up the free safety, and that's why he was always named the free safety.
Very nice. Third down, 4 at the 41. Marino with the time, and it goes incomplete. Jensen, the intended receiver, Rembert on the coverage, and that's it for this Dolphin drive.
I just think out of frustration, Marino just fired that ball as hard as he could throw it. It was almost impossible for Jensen to catch the ball. That man is upset.
So Reggie Roby has come on. He will punt from his 25 to Irving Fryer. Fryer back at the 15-yard line. Among the leaders in the NFL in punt returns, averaging 11.5. And here is Fryer to the 15, and down he goes. Out of the 17-yard line, a 50-yard punt by Roby. 6:22 remaining in the third quarter, and the Patriots go back to the offense.
I made it 5-0.
Picking up a moment ago, appears to be all right, but on the sideline, replaced by Paul Fairchild, a 5-year man from Kansas. So Farrell will sit it out, at least for this series, as John Stevens on first down from the 17 picks up 4 on the play. The nose tackle, Brian Soche, making the stop. Look at Cincinnati all over Pittsburgh. 35-7. Esiason with his 3rd touchdown of the day, 2nd to Eddie Brown. Giants in front of Dallas. Minnesota now clinging to a 3-point lead against Detroit. So the Lions coming back. 2nd down and 6 at the 21. 5:45 left third quarter. It has been all New England keeping the ball on the ground. They had it for the first 7 minutes and change of this third quarter. They lead it 21-3. Here's Stevens out to the 25-yard line.
You want to know what it's like in the middle in the trenches? You got Babb on Soche, number 68 on number 70. Soche, and this is just a one-on-one block here. You just take a look at Babb's trying to get position. Look at Soche going down the line of scrimmage. He's onto his knees, back up again, and gets in and helps out on the play. Not a bad play by the nose man.
Soche coming off a strong game against Tampa Bay last week. 7 tackles, covered a fumble. It is a 3rd down and 2 at the 25. Cedric Jones has checked in for the Patriots. Just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. John Stevens has gone over the 100-yard mark in his 24th carry.
Well, let's take a look at Soche again. Soche is the kind of guy, a true nose tackle. If he can demand 2 people blocking on him, then they consider him an excellent nose man. Now look what Soche does here. He just straightens Babb up, contains the wall, sets it up. He doesn't make the tackle, but he enabled everybody else to get there.
Stevens, though, short of the first down. It is a 4th and 1. 104 yards on the ground for the rookie John Stevens. 3rd straight game he's gone over 100. The last time a Patriot running back did it, 1976, Don Calhoun. Pickup by Lorenzo Hampton. Johnny Rembert, whose name has been called frequently throughout the day on the stop. Johnny Rembert. Part of the excellent line.
Marv on that last play to the right of the screen. I doubt if we're going to see it, but Duper was wide open. They blew the coverage in the secondary, and Marino didn't see it. And he had Duper.
And it's third down.
We are going to let you do it. Here it comes. It's coming right at you as the corner. They get some excellent blocking inside. Woody Bennett gets a good block. And here comes Hampton. Bauman knocked him out of bounds.
Hampton with a third. Marino on the run.
Talking to his receiver, saying, "Look, when I'm rolling out and I'm in trouble, you come back to me. Don't sit downfield and wait." He was pointing it out. And the one sad thing about Marino is every one knows that he will. Sometimes not. Time, but he.
Marino with inside the 35-yard line. Rembert and Lepet combining. Clayton with a 5-yard pickup.
You know, you can't talk enough about the offensive line of the Miami Dolphins. On New England side, they're blocking so well their offensive line as far as the run is concerned. But as far as pass, has all day to throw the ball, and what he's doing is he's picking out all the short receivers. This is
on this series.
When Marino put that ball, if Banks didn't catch this one, he might have gone down there and whacked him himself. Why? Beautiful pass.
Here in Cleveland. To the 5. And while we sort NFL Live, here's Gail Gardner.
All right, Marv, at Riverfront, the Bengals continue to pour it on against the Steelers from the 6-yard line off of play action. Boomer Esiason finding Eddie Brown. 2 touchdowns, 35-7 Bengals. Back to Foxborough.
Never, but
Certainly among the lowest penalized teams in the past in the NFL. Marino again. Nine-yard pickup.
Or did you look that time at all the time that he needs? The flat. Got 9 out of the 10 if they were penalized. They're back in business. They're at the 20-yard line.
But a second and 11 from the 20. And now Hampton is the only running back. That is Jensen in motion. And it is caught by the Edmonds in a battle with James Marion LePage.
That pass. It went to knock the ball down. Missed the tackle. Missed it.
21-9. Tony Franklin with the extra point attempt. Season, the tight end Edmonds with
that poor baby got knocked all over the place. Oh.
of advice.
Look at Jensen Marlin. Just wait.
Mask first down. The 27-yard line. 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Patriots 21 and the Dolphins 10. Here's Perryman. Don Shula, a man who's taken 6 teams to the Super Bowl, won it twice, headed to the Hall of Fame. Full season as head coach of the Patriots. Patriots up by the score, 21-10. $3,784. Don Shula, a man who's taken 6 teams to the Super Bowl, won it twice, headed to the Hall of Fame. Wide receiver in his 5th full season as head coach of the Patriots. Patriots up by the score, 21-10. Brown, led by John. The 100. third consecutive weekend.
And here's a situation, you know, you got to feel that they have to pass the football. Now you're get third down in a 2 situation. Get back in this ball game. They're only down 11. Run the football, nothing tricky. Now you're giving the ball back with 14. Will be about 14 minutes when Miami gets the ball, and Marino is starting to get at least his.
Off by the touchdown pass to the tight end Farrell Edmonds, and the punt by Fiegels again gets the good hang time, and the fair catch for Jarvis Williams. So we're a minute gone by in the fourth quarter. The Patriots with a 21-10 lead. We'll be right back.
This game is brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Zenith. But quality goes in before the name goes on.
Welcome back to Foxborough. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire, our producer George Finkel, director John DeLisa, our statistician Joe Costanza. 21-10. Patriots lead the Dolphins. First down. 26-yard line. And let's see what Marino can do right here. Jensen in motion. And again, Marino with the time has Hampton underneath. Lorenzo Hampton with the first down and more. Out near midfield, run out by the strong safety, Roland James.
Marino was looking downfield, but not only did Hampton catch the ball, but then he picks up Jensen. Jensen gets a super block downfield to help continue on with the run. I think it's Reynolds that he blocks here. Watch this. There's a little dump pass here to Hampton. To the right of your screen, you're going to see him, number 11. Here comes Jensen. Gets the block. Man on the ground. That's Reynolds on the ground. First and 10.
Picked up 21. First and 10 at the 47. Second back coming through. Beautiful spinning move by Joe Cribbs. That looked like Joe Cribbs of the Buffalo Bills.
Joe Cribbs of fresh legs.
12 for Cribbs. The Dolphins appear to be sparked.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Mark, but you don't ever give the Dolphins an opening, especially with a guy like Marino.
Patriots, as you saw, led by the rookie John Stevens, have done it on the ground once again today. But Miami first down at the New England 42. Off the draw, it is Hampton, and a big hole on the right side. The stop made by Ed Reynolds, 7 yards reeled off by Lorenzo Hampton, who came into today averaging just under 4 yards per carry.
We talk so much about Tippett. Let's just take a look. 22 doesn't tip it. First of all, he's holding his jersey. Then he gets him to the outside, but that's not a penalty unless they catch it. And they pick up 8 yards on the play. Nice hold by Lee.
Andre Tippett has been complaining that too much holding has been permitted. Said the officials aren't calling it.
Well, he's right there.
And here's Cribbs seeking the first down. The nose tackle, Tim Goad, on the stop.
Tippett's also there, number 56. Edmonds is a tight end. Now, see, Edmonds lets Tippett get to the inside. Not only does Tippett mess up the play, but he knocks Woody Bennett off on the way through. He hit him and the ball carrier and got rid of the tight end.
Close to the first down for the yardsticks. Andre Tippett will miss 4 games with a groin injury, back in the lineup. And it is a first down for Miami.
First down for Miami. 32.
First down at the 32. Next Sunday, NBC Sports will present a football doubleheader. So the game starting at 12:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live, the second half of the Twin Bill. Check your local listings for the games and times in your area. First down from the 32. And that is incomplete. Intended for Mark Duper. Covered
think that's one of the reasons Marino threw it over there. All right, let's just take a look. Watch number 42. Here it comes. Here. Now, is that a mugging or what?
Well, the Dolphins looking for a call, but nothing is called. 2nd and 10 at the 32. Jensen in motion. And Marino incomplete. It went through the hands of the tight end, Farrell Edmonds. And we're looking now at a 3rd down and 10. 42-7 Cincinnati now on top. Eagles over the Rams 20-10 in the 4th quarter. And Minnesota extending its lead 30-17.
In that last play, Marino went to Edmonds because the linebacker Reynolds fell down, who was covering him, and he was wide open, dropped the ball.
Brown urging the Patriot defensive unit for this 3rd down 10. Marino again had the time, deflected, incomplete. Clayton, the intended receiver, covered by Lepet. Mentioned earlier that Clayton and Lepet have not been the best of friends. A mutual dislike that supposedly began back in college when Clayton was catching passes at Louisville. Lepet prominent at the University of Miami.
And here's the play right there. There's no pass interference there. They're just good play on the ball. James was there. Lepet was there. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. Field goal doesn't help them. They're down by 11. They've got pretty good field position there at the 32. It is 4th and 10. Look out for Jensen.
Duper is left. Clayton right. Running back Davenport. And Marino calling for time. So Marino to the sideline. 11:54 remaining in this 4th quarter. On its feet, responding to the Patriots' defensive effort. They lead Miami 21-10. Dolphins 4th down and 10 at the Patriot 32-yard line. A 9-man front now. Marino gets it away, deflected. Intended for Duper. Marion got a piece of it, and the Dolphins lose it on downs.
They had Duper one-on-one coverage with Claiborne. He was wide open, and Marion comes up and knocks the ball down. There goes Marion, number 31, hits the ball. You see Duper there? He was open. Would have been at least 1st down, possibly touchdown. Watch this. He's coming right to the inside. Claiborne's way off of him. He's just coming into the picture now. It would have been at least 1st down, possibly touchdown.
Patriots take over at their 32-yard line. New England coming in at 4 up, 5 down. They have won 4 out of 5 here in Foxborough. And Flutie will throw. Flutie throwing deep. Intended for Irving Fryer.
Aired that one out, didn't he? They've run 2 times, the last 2 times they had the ball and did not get 1st downs. All of a sudden they say, wait a minute. We can't let Miami back in this game. 11:44 to play. Let's start throwing the football. At least get them out of that run defense of theirs.
That is the first pass attempted by Flutie in the 2nd half. 17 straight running plays in the half. Doug Flutie, who last week went 6 for 18 in the victory over the Bears. 4 of the 6 for touchdowns. On 2nd down, off the roll. Able to side on it for the completion and a 1st down to the fullback, Robert Perryman. Brought down by Hugh Green. 13 yards on the play.
And Marv, this really is a tough pass to throw for any quarterback. Flutie is rolling to his right and then throws back against the grain about, maybe 10 yards back to the inside, which is really a tough pass to throw. Watch out. Watch where Perryman is here. Here goes Flutie. Perryman is back to his left. He sees him. He's rolling right and throws the ball back. Shows you a strong arm.
Doug Flutie making the point during the week that he's upset because people have not respected him. As you see, Offerdahl not able to click on the tackle. People don't respect him as a quality NFL quarterback. Here is Flutie stepping up and completing for Stevens. Clifford Hobley on the stop. Flutie says he doesn't want to be known as strictly that little miracle worker from Boston College. humorous incident this past week during the Dolphins practice. Ron Jaworski, in acting out the New England offense in the role of Doug Flutie, broke the huddle and approached the line of scrimmage on his knees. Now, I'm sure that Doug appreciated that.
And you're wondering why the New England Patriots are ahead by 11 points, why they're throwing the ball. Because the last 2 times they had the ball, they ran it, did not get first downs. They're trying to get Miami out of that run defense, make them start thinking about passes so they can go back to running the football. You may see a run here.
Reggie Dupart has come on, 2nd down 6 from midfield. And it's Dupart on a sweep. Penalty flag down. Good effort by Dupart, run out by Hobley, the strong safety.
They're going to have holding. They were holding Hugh Green, number 55, and I think it was Perryman, number 34, that was doing it. We'll move the ball back, and that was going to force New England to throw the ball again.
Would have been a 6-yard pickup for a first down. But they are moving back.
Holding, number 34, offense, 10 yards, still 2nd down.
Well, it's Robert Perryman called for the hold.
Holding Green.
39 yards for the Patriots.
It's tough for a linebacker to get outside and contain when the guy's hanging onto your arm. You can see right there on the left of your screen, you see Perryman 34 holding Hugh Green. He almost ripped his jersey off. What do you think? Will you get off me?
2nd 16. Back at the 39. And Flutie floating one. Intended for Morgan. Took a bump from the free safety, Jarvis Williams.
Jarvis Williams had no intention on going for the ball, and at that time Flutie looks down the middle, he would have had Russ Francis wide open. But Jarvis Williams, watch here, Stanley Morgan's coming up. He's coming to the inside, and look at when you see Jarvis Williams come in, he's not even going for the ball. It just went right for the ribs of Stanley Morgan.
9:55 remaining in this 4th quarter. There is Jarvis Williams. Beat out Bud Brown for the starting job. He's played well. He has exceeded expectations. 2nd-round pick out of the University of Florida.
Watch out for the tight end.
And the Patriots going with the 4 receivers. Flutie with the big hole, but short of a first down by a good margin. Had nowhere to go. Picked up 7. And the Patriots will go into punt formation as we check out the scores. Philadelphia now leading the Los Angeles Rams 27-10. Randall Cunningham combining with Keith Jackson, 30-yard touchdown pass play. Giants winning big over Dallas. Minnesota piling it on against Detroit, and Atlanta over Green Bay 17-0. Williams drops back. This is Fiegels from his 30. 6 minutes gone by, 4th quarter. And again, Fiegels pops it high in the air. Good punt. And a fair catch. Back at the 5-yard line. Jeff Fiegels, a 49-yard punt. We'll be back here in Foxborough in a moment.
The punt return man on the 10-yard line. You see Jarvis Williams here. He's at the 10. They tell you if it's over your head, don't go back and get it. Not only does he go back, he signal for fair catch. Doesn't mean you have to catch the ball. You can let it go.
And it could have bounced in the end zone, which means they would have started out from their 20 rather than their 6. First down from the 6 as Marino completes at the first down marker to Mark Duper. And that is his first catch of the day. Raymond Claiborne on the tackle. So an 11-yard hookup. Patriots with the 21-10 lead. Dolphins able to pick up the 7 points in the 3rd quarter. The only score by Miami in the first half. 51-yard field goal by Franklin. And it was Marino to the tight end, Farrell Edmonds, for the touchdown in the 3rd. First down at the 16. Jensen in motion. Here's Cribbs. Could not get outside. Gang tackled. Rembert and James leading the onslaught.
Miami, they really can't afford to run the football now. They're getting inside of 8 minutes. They put Joe Cribbs in there, and, Joe is not the breakaway runner that he used to be. But here comes Jensen now in motion. We've seen him as a tackler. We've seen him as a pass receiver. Now as a blocker. He helps out with the tight end. Nothing there, so he moves out to James on the outside. Just a heads-up player, Jensen. He really is.
Second down, 6. At the 20, Woody Bennett, Lorenzo Hampton in the backfield. And Marino completes for another first down, this time with Clayton trying to pull away. Put a move on Marion, would not go down. Oh, gorgeous moves by Mark Clayton. 31-yard play.
And you've got to, at the end of the play, number 34, Woody Bennett, tries to help out as much as he possibly can. Now here comes Clayton. He's wide open. Now the move's across the field. Marion gets a hold of him right here. But you're going to see number 34, Bennett, come in right there and get an excellent block just to try to help out his friend. And he comes back and gets another block.
37, Detroit 17.
Just under 7 minutes remaining fourth quarter. The Dolphins still alive. They're trailing 21-10. First down midfield. Play action. And Marino's sidearm is incomplete. Intended for Duper, covered by Lepet.
Duper caught any today, Mark?
Just a moment ago, his first.
Just that one. My.
You know, the season may be coming down to this series for the Dolphins, because if it does get to tiebreakers going into today, they're 0-3 in their division with that record of 5-4, and a loss today could be the crusher in terms of wild card hopes.
That thing that they just saw on the screen was a fan running by, and he will be ushered out.
Ushered? Well, very diplomatic word. Ushered.
Get him in the back and bang him around a little bit.
Second down and 10. Again, he had the time. Marino completes to Clayton. Another Miami first down. Mark Clayton stopped by Fred Marion. 15-yard pickup.
Clayton's getting open. One of the things that now, in that particular situation, they went to a zone defense. And take a look what happens. When Clayton comes down, the only guy out there is going to be Marion. He's about 25 yards deep. As soon as Clayton gets the ball, Marion closes on the play. But again, you said it. Marino has the time to throw the football. That offensive line has given him time all day long to throw.
Fifth catch of the day for Clayton. You see the clock running down to 6 minutes. Remaining on the fourth. The short setup. And again, the completion for a first down. Mark Duper gets to the 20. Stopped by Rembert.
Reminds you of the old Dolphins, doesn't it? Clayton, Duper go back and forth between the two guys, and then finally we can come up and pop and hit a guy like Jensen or the tight end going down the middle when they get concerned about those two wide guys. That'll take some pressure off of a guy like Jensen or the tight end in the game.
14-yard pickup. First down at the 20. Clayton to the right. Duper left. And a mix-up on the snap. On the exchange between the center, Jeff Dellenbach, who has taken over for the injured Dwight Stevenson. Milford Hodge able to cover up. It'll be a 2nd and 10. Still outside the 20-yard line.
I don't know if it looked like Marino might have pulled out a little bit too soon.
Paul, while we have a moment here, we would like to congratulate one of our veteran technicians, John Russo, who is retiring from NBC after 38 years of service. So we wish good luck.
We do, John. 38 years, huh? Yeah, sure.
It went by like that. Second down and 10. Marino with the time again, broken up. Intended for Edmonds. Lepet made the play in front of Edmonds.
Edmonds became a defensive back on that play because that ball would have been picked off by Lepet, number 42. Marino hit him in the hands with the ball. Edmonds just reached in and pulled his arms down and saved an interception.
Edmonds goes 6'6", 248 pounds. He has about 7 inches on Lepet. He's trying to post him up down low. Third down and 10. 4.5 remaining. Fourth quarter. Patriots lead at 21-10. It is completed, but short of the first down. Jensen stopped by Gibson. Only a 5-yard advance.
That's all they really wanted. And you know, So what are you talking about? You want to get into the end zone. They had 4 wide receivers in the game. They were all covered. You have Jensen working on linebackers. They needed 10. They picked up 5. They had, granted, it's 4th down. But don't be surprised to see it go right back to Jensen. Maybe coming back in towards the middle.
4th down and 5 at the Patriot 15. Marino with the time and completes for the 1st down. It will be 1st and goal. Fred Banks picked up 9. Marion and Gibson on the stop. So Banks on the reception.
There was a great collision downfield with Pruitt in the defensive secondary. People are going to fall down, and then Banks seems to be the only one standing up. Everybody behind him is on the ground.
There's Banks. His 10th catch of the season. 1st and goal. Just outside the 6. And Marino's calling for a timeout. Check that. New England calling for the timeout. With 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And the Patriots leading the Dolphins 21-10. Another full schedule of football next week. Doubleheader Sunday here on NBC, starting with NFL Live, 12:30 Eastern Time. A look at the first part of the doubleheader. And the second of the twin bill, Raiders at San Francisco, Denver home for Cleveland, Houston playing at Seattle. Check the local listings for the games and time in your area. Raymond Berry, head coach of the New England Patriots. He's won 6 of 7 against the Dolphins. Miami has lost 3 straight here in Foxborough, 10 of the last 12 here. Overall, New England has won the last 6 out of 7 against Miami. The last time the Dolphins beat the Patriots, Paul, you were a mere child. That was December of '85.
Yes, I was.
In Miami on a Monday night.
Yeah, I was a child. And here's a situation where the Miami Dolphins really can't afford to run the ball. They're probably about to run on 1st down. Because they only have 2 timeouts left and there's 3 minutes and 10 seconds in the game. They have to score very quickly and then shut New England down because they have to score 2 touchdowns to win.
1st and goal from the 6. The lone deep back is Davenport. Marino. Incomplete. Marion on the coverage of Edmonds.
This secondary really plays well. I mean, they'll give you some short stuff, but you're going to see Edmonds, the tight end, he comes down in the corner. Jensen went underneath, and here comes Marion, knocks the ball down. And remember, in that last drive on 4th down, he was the guy that knocked Marino's pass down.
And that is the 3rd deflection of the day for Fred Marion, who the Patriots feel should be headed to the Pro Bowl. Free safety in a 7th year out of the University of Miami. 2nd and goal at the 6. 3:06 left in the 4th. Jensen in motion. Marino looking that way, and it's intercepted. Roland James with his 3rd interception of the season. The pass intended for Mark Clayton, and a flag is down.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There is a flag down. You know, we talk so much about this secondary in New England. They've played together for a long period of time.
Patriots reacting as if the penalty is against Miami.
It is.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist by the team that intercepted the ball on the run back. At the distance from the flag to the goal line. They're stopped.
No specific charges, though, on the penalty. A generic call by the referee, Dick Jorgensen.
All right, here's Marino trying to force it in. You're going to see James just step up and just take the ball away. Now, where's the block? The ball was thrown to Clayton. I don't know where. We can't see the block there, but James with an excellent intercept in the end zone against the Jets. They were driving. Miami, he throws an interception in the end zone again. Frustrated man.
And New England will take over with 2:59 remaining. Fourth quarter, they lead the Dolphins 21-10. Miami has been hit hard by penalties today. They are going into today the 10th most penalized team in the NFL. That is upper echelon. Patriots right there, 13th most penalized, right through the midway point of the league. And off the draw, it is Perryman. And Doug Flutie of the Patriots just hope to run it out. Jackie Klein made the stop on Robert Perryman.
All right, how many runs has Stevens? We got to find out how many times Stevens has carried the ball. Because in the first half he carried the ball.
Well, we have him 24 for 103.
So, well, there was still 19 minutes and 17 seconds. He had carried the ball 24 times. He hadn't carried the ball since, and they told us he wouldn't carry it more than 25 times.
He carried 35 last week, and he remains at 24 carries.
Saving him. Well, he gets sore. Miami takes a timeout. That gets them down to one timeout left, 2:52, down by 11. They've got to score 2 touchdowns to win. They've had 2 good opportunities, and they've come away empty both times.
A win here for the Patriots would put them at the 500 mark at 5-5. They come off the victory over the Bears last week. A rugged 3-game stretch for New England. 2 weeks ago, lost by 3 in Buffalo. 3 weeks back, they beat Cincinnati here in Foxborough. They have won 4 out of 5 at home, and they have done it decisively, outscoring their opponents by a 2-1 margin.
2 losses to Buffalo by a total of 5 points.
Second down and 6. Again, it is Perryman. Stopped by the nose tackle, Brian Sochet.
Whoa.
Cincinnati with that big lead over Pittsburgh. Philadelphia by 10 over the Los Angeles Rams. Bears leading Tampa Bay 28-10. Giants in front of Dallas, Minnesota, building its lead. Atlanta over Green Bay 20-0. That's a final.
Second week in a row, Green Bay shut out 28-0 last week by the Bills.
When we resume here, another timeout called third down. Third down play coming up. Third and about 5 with 2:45 left in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins have the ball for about 6 minutes and have nothing to show for it off that last drive, stopped by the interception by James. That is coming up next, the Budweiser NFL report following the Patriots and the Dolphins.
And I said down there they wouldn't run the ball. Maybe they should have. Just one time anyway, just to see what happened.
Why don't you take both points of view, Paul?
I'm just trying to help out. Give me the broader picture. Huh? I want to see Stevens carry the ball one more time, and they will be right on. They said 25 times. We need one more.
Third down and 4 from the 7. Wired in motion. There it is. And that is carry number 25 for John Stevens. It is short of the first down. Rick Grant, the outside linebacker, making the stop. And Jeff Fiegels checking in. His last punt, a 49-yarder. The clock is running. We are down, as you can see, to 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And they don't have to run a play until a 2-minute warning, which really hurts Miami because that could have been another one of their timeouts.
While we have the opportunity, thanks to our statistician, Joe Costanza, our spotters, Joe Pereski, Greg Madden, Bill George, Dave Lorenzi helping in the booth. Bill George, I'm told, retiring in this retirements here today. 2-minute warning provided. We'll be back after these words.
The Dallas Cowboys under Tom Landry have won 20 of 36 postseason games.
Running back John Stevens. There are some who are comparing him to former Patriots such as Jim Nance, Sam Bam Cunningham. Nance disagrees, though.
I do, too.
Yes.
No, not yet. Don't compare him to anybody yet. Let him be himself. There's one thing about him we talked about before, Marv. He enables the people to pass when they want to pass, not when they have to pass.
All right, Fiegels punting from his end zone. And he just did get it off, and again, a beauty. What a punt by Feagles. Jarvis Williams, who had a back pedal, brings it to the 40-yard line. That is a 66-yard punt. He had a 49-yarder a moment ago. Vincent Brown on the stop as we look at the Patriot report card. So Doug Flutie mixing up well. 7 for 14, 74 yards. On the ground, it was Stevens, 25 carries, 104 yards. And as you can see, for the most part, New England doing it with the running game.
It's exactly right. There's a 50% passer right there, only throwing the ball when he really wanted to throw the ball, or the coaches wanted him to throw the football. Completed the one big play to Fryer, gets it into the area for the touchdown. Running game does it for you.
Getting back to Feagles, he has the longest punt this season, 74 yards against Indianapolis. Nearly picked off. Intended for Clayton, and wouldn't have Lepet loved to have intercepted in front of Mark Clayton. Not a good day for Marino. People will see 303 yards, but it was all done in catch-up fashion. You recall a couple of weeks ago, he had 521 against the Jets, but was intercepted 5 times. But a lot of that yardage down the stretch.
Almost put it up too soon. It could have had a 3 in that interception area, and that would have been for a touchdown.
Minute 42 left. Fourth quarter, 2nd down and 10. Jensen with another catch and a first down.
They can't stop the clock.
8th catch of the day for Jensen. First down at the 43. And here's Jensen again. Try to get out of bounds as he circled Lepet on the tackle. Clock running.
They're really not even covering Jensen, because the reason they're not covering him, Marv, is he's going down. They have an 11-point lead, first of all, but he's going down the middle of the field. There's just no way for him to get out of bounds. They'll let him catch the ball, keep it in bounds. He'll come out of the backfield again.
And the Dolphins, as you saw, no timeouts remaining. And as you say, there's Jensen again. That's his 9th reception. Rembert and Gibson on the tackle. Make it 10 catches for 91 yards for Jensen, a career high.
Those are actually meaningless passes. They're nice stats.
And Marino goes incomplete, so the clock stopped now with 31 seconds remaining. And right here, time for the Most Valuable Player Award, sponsored by Budweiser. Today's MVP is John Stevens of the New England Patriots. Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's game. 104 yards for Stevens' 3rd straight game. He's gone over the 100 mark. Coming into today, the 3rd top rusher in the AFC and the top rookie runner in the National Football League. 3rd down play.
Made a difference on this football team.
And Clayton run out at the marker by Lepet.
I don't know if he got the first down.
No, they mark it just shy with 26 seconds remaining. So Miami will make it 4 straight losses here in Foxborough. 11 of the last 13. And now they have moved the chain, so it is a first down. Miami's last win here in New England was back in '84, their Super Bowl season.
There's only one place that Marino can throw the ball, and that's into the end zone. Those little short out patterns, all they do is they eat up the clock. There's only 26 seconds left to go. You got to hit quick down to the onside kick deal.
Marino throws for the end zone, broken up. Nearly picked off. Roland James got a piece of it. And Clayton, the intended receiver. There's James in his 9th season out of Tennessee.
I know it's a little bit late, but I'll tell you what, Pruitt went right down the middle of the field. No one was there.
Well, next week, the Patriots take on the Jets at the New Jersey Meadowlands. They'll be in Miami in 2 weeks. Then Indianapolis, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Denver. So some important games coming up within their division. 20 seconds left and counting. Jensen. Oh, and he fumbled, but recovered. Getting inside the 5. Clock is running. 14-yard advance. Dolphins quickly to the line. Time running out, as you can see. No timeouts left. Crowd counting it out. And let's see, cannot get it off. So the game ends on the 11th catch of the day by Jensen. And a very frustrating day for Dan Marino. Doug Flutie has done it again. There's Jensen. Following that catch just a moment ago, Doug Flutie remains unbeaten here in Foxborough. The Dolphins drop to 5-5. Patriots also at 5-5 as they defeat Miami 21-10.